What's up, guys? It's your boy Paul here again, coming at you with another video. Look, today I want to talk to you guys about one of Jordan Peterson's rule. It's kind of funny when you say it, but it makes a huge difference, and it's cleaning your room. So I just recently moved back to school, back in Gainesville, and I was able to move into my apartment and get situated, have everything organized how I want it to be. I took everything from where I was living before and brought it here. And in doing that, I gave myself a few days to unpack and kind of go through everything, see what I actually needed, see what I don't need from the stuff that I brought. And, one, it was amazing how much clutter had built up, meaning things that I thought I needed, but that I actually didn't. And so that was able to reduce a lot of the stuff that I was organizing or carrying with me. So, for example, I'll give this real quick. I had 4 binders of, papers, different things, handouts, whatever they may be. And yeah, I narrowed that down to a binder and a half of things now, compared to four full binders before. And so then, along with that, I took the past couple of days to clean everything, Lysol everything, put in some plugins, make sure everything smelled good, all that good stuff. Clean all the sheets, make the beds, and really just take time to make the environment suitable to where there was no chaos going on in my head. Because this is probably something that you guys will see. The more chaos there is around you, the less quiet your mind probably will be. I'm not going to say that it is always how it is, because sometimes you can develop peace amidst the chaos, but it's probably. And the reason why is because your brain knows, the subconscious knows, something's out of order. Because the things that are in your room most likely are things that you purposely placed there. I mean, unless you just store trash, which I don't know why anyone would do that, but most likely it's things that you purposely placed there so you care about to some degree. But when you let so much time pass by without organizing the stuff, well, your brain subconsciously knows. Let's say you're working on whatever work project or whatever you're doing. Hey, unfinished task, unfinished task, unfinished task. Now multiply that by 5, by 10, by 20, for however many miscellaneous things that you have in your room. This is why that rule, clean your room, is so important, because it clears your head. I like to refer this as like these unfinished things. I like to refer to them as leeches. So, for example, if you have a leech on your leg, it's not the best case scenario, but you're not going to die. But how would your leg be if you had 20 or 30 or 40 leeches on one leg? That would not be a good situation. That'd be sucking out a decent amount of life from you. That'd be sucking out a decent amount of blood from you. Right? And so we can see that as logical. We can see that as, okay, yes, obviously that's not a good thing. Well, let's now go to the mental aspect. The unfinished things that you like that are still lingering around, those are leeches, but where? On your mind. So you're not able to tolerate, 30 leeches on your leg, then how come are you willing to tolerate 30 things that you haven't done yet and that you don't have a plan to do? Because there's a difference. If something's not done, but you have a plan to do it, well then great. It goes out of your mind. You already have the plan written down, and it's suitable for, you know the day's task ahead, and so that's not a problem. But I'm talking about for things that you don't have planned to finish. They're not, structured out, and they're just sitting in your mind. Those are leeches. Those are leeches on your mind. And so this rule of cleaning your room and being organized, what it does is open you up to allow you to do what you're supposed to do, to freely be 100% all in on the thing that you're supposed to do. And this is what happens when you clean up your life too. And that's why this rule, it's an ever expanding rule, Because here's the thing too. Let's say you're living a messy life, whatever that may entail. You have so many other things going on when, let's say that you go to the gas station or when you go out in public. You're concerned with something else that may be going on as a result of the thing that you did last night. See, and it just goes chaos, chaos, chaos. So let's take this picture. You wake up, you're in your room. There's 20 things that are in your room that, and small things that shouldn't be there. Boom, chaos. From the moment you wake up, go to your bathroom. Probably a few things are misplaced there. Let's say 5 more things. You go out to your kitchen, 5 more things there. And you're living a messy life. Now you're going to go out in public, and every which way you turn, you're wondering. Now, let's say this. Susie gives you a text or gives you a call, and you're like, uh-oh, is this about that? Is this about what I did there? Oh, I wonder if this is about her friend. Look, it just multiplies. And so this is why that rule is an ever-increasing rule, and why cleaning up your room is almost symbolism for cleaning up your life, because of the peace that it will give you. This is what I've learned, like one of the blessings like that God gives like his people is peace. And why is that? Because when you live by his standards, you're living a righteous life. You're living a guilt-free life. You're living a life that you're not ashamed of. You're living a life that day to day, you're happy to see the people. You're not worried about, what you did last night or what you may end up doing today or what, happened however long ago, because you know where you are now. And that's not to say that you've never done anything wrong, because I'll be the first to say I've done a lot of things wrong. I've done a lot of things wrong, and thus I've paid the price for them in various ways. But, it's what are you doing today? What are you doing today with the time that you have? What are you doing with your environment right now? Who are you surrounding yourself with? Because, listen, it's okay to make mistakes. I mean, that's the human experience, is making mistakes. I don't know one person who hasn't in any type of way. But are you staying in them? And are you beating yourself up over them? Now, granted, mistakes happen on various levels. That's no doubt. There are some that are definitely going to take more time to get over than others. But, one, do you continue to repeat it? And two, do you just beat yourself up over it? I heard this great line from a song. It said, "You will never be great, not because you aren't, but because you're telling yourself that." And that's so true. It's that we tell ourselves all the time, we're never great because of whatever failures are in our life. And that's not true that we're never going to be great. That's not true that we can't love someone, or that, we can't have a great impact. But the reason why that will become a self-fulfilling prophecy is because that's exactly what you're telling yourself. So you're not going to act, outside of what you're telling yourself. If you believe that you really just are awful, and you keep telling yourself that, you're like, oh, because I did this one thing, I am literally the worst person in the world. You're not going to start acting in some saint-like way. You're not going to start acting in some way that helps out other people. You're going to continue to probably hurt and crush, and not only those around you, but yourself. Because that's exactly what you're telling yourself every single morning. And that's why, some of these successful people will talk about their affirmations. Look, affirmations feel like the biggest load of bull that you can possibly imagine. When you're telling yourself, like, let's say this. Let's say you struggle with drinking. You went out last night, you got drunk, and you're like, I'm the most sober person I know. That's your affirmation that you start telling yourself the next day. I am the most sober person I know. Bro, your brain's going to say, who are you talking to? That's not you. And for the meantime, in the present, that's correct. He may, that brain is going, sure as heck ain't talking to me. But here's the thing. You keep telling yourself that over and over and over and over. And as one of my mentors say, it's a future truth. So you're not lying. It's just a future truth. You eventually act in accordance with that. And the next time your friends say, not just, hey, we want to go out, because I'm not saying that you can't go out, sure. But, hey, let's get drunk tonight. Hey, let's get absolutely trash tonight. Well, what's your brain now telling you? I'm the most sober person I know. So that would be acting out of accordance with your beliefs. And so thus, you don't fall back into that. And you can be assured that if you keep falling into something, you don't believe it yet. Your brain does not believe that you are that person yet. Thus, you keep falling back in. And so this, I know I kind of went in a couple steps there, but this is why the importance of cleaning up your room, thus cleaning up your life, living a guilt-free, shameless life, is one of the most important things you can do for your future success, for the peace that you'll have, for the people around you, for your family, for your friends, and for when you go to bed at night and when you wake up the next morning. Clean up your room, get the trash out, wash the sheets, clean up your life, and have peace. And I think you guys can testify to the fact that peace is one of the most pleasurable things that you can have in your life when you have it. I've been in some very, very anxious situations where peace seemed to be fleeting at 100 miles an hour. There is very few things that compare to peace in one's life. So, I hope that message spoke to you guys today. If this resonated with you, if you know someone who may be able to use this message, feel free to share it with them as well. If you like this, feel free to give it a thumbs up. And let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If this is something that, if you've read Jordan Peterson's book, 12 Rules for Life, comment below. But two, if this is something that you resonate with at all, comment below as well. Let me know your experience with that as well. And stay tuned for next video.